Here we're going to do 2010 question 2, which is a rotations question. And the first thing you got to think about in these questions before you even put pen to paper is where is everything going to go on the page. Draw the given elevation and the end view, and then we need to project an elevation in the direction of A. So that means we're going to look in through here and we're going to see it right above our existing elevation. Looking through it to see it there. So if that's my page, I'm going to keep this one a bit over to the left. 60, 30, 30 is 120. So I need to make sure I can go down 120. I know it's going to be less than that going up because it's tilted. So this doesn't look too bad. If we have a look at our page here, 120 up to there, so that gives me loads of room. So I'm actually going to come in along just above my halfway line. I'm going to draw a construction line right across. Then we're going to start, just move this so you can see it. There we go. So I'm going to run a construction line right up the side in a small bit. Again, I have loads of room going across, and that'll help me with the tilted elevation later on. So from here, you just come down 120. I'm going to mark off the distances that we need. So that's 60, 30, and 30. So line up there to 120. We'll just mark off 60, 30, and the end there. Okay. Going across, the distance that we see in the drawing are 50, 25, 25, and 50. So I'm going to mark all of those off now. 50, 25, 25, and 50. At this point I can begin to put in some of the rest of my lines. Again, I'm drawing construction lines right up along the page, save me having to draw them all later on. There's 30. Okay, so we'll start by drawing in the edges of this piece. If we have a quick look at our drawing, straight edge, diagonal from the 30 to the 50, and the rest are just straight edges. I'm also going to need to find a center point right there. Okay, if the C-square is annoying, you can just take it out of the way. Okay, gone over a tiny bit here. There we go. Okay. I can find my center by coming down from the line at the 25. So 15, 25, 75, and 15, 25 there. So this is my center, which is right there. Now, I need to start getting a few circles in. 35mm radius, 50mm radius. So I'm going to go with the 50mm radius first. set my compass up. I'll just set it up over here out of the way. And that is 50. Okay, it's just a construction line because again we're going to only use certain parts of it. Then we come into 35. Okay, now this is where it begins to get interesting. I have to find these two parallel lines here. Well, if I look at this one, this line all the way along here, it tells me it's a 30-degree line to the horizontal. So I can actually draw that one through the center, 30 degrees, and that'll give me the two ends here and here. All right. Now the next bit, I can begin to find out where some of these arrowheads are. That's 36 across, but I don't quite know. I can figure out where the middle is. There's a few different ways I can go about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center point there. So here we have 36 millimeters all the way across. Okay, and this head looks nice and symmetrical, which means it's going to be 18 millimeters out from the center line, there and there. Now, where is the center line? Well, it's halfway between 35 and 50. So the difference between 35 and 50 is 15. 50 minus 35. Half of 15 is 7.5. So if we add 7.5 to 35, we end up with 42.5. So let's see if we can go out now and find where 42.5 out from here is. Because that's a little tricky, I'm going to use the set square. I'm going to just set that up there. And that should be my halfway point. A nice way to check this is to use your compass. So let's say I've got that right. Go from there. Then this distance here should be the same as this distance here, and that looks pretty good to me. So that is our halfway point. From there, I'm going to set this up with 18 either side. So the point is lined up right on 18. That's one end, and then 36 is the other end. So right from there to there, there to there, are the edges of my arrows. Now we can go back with our T-square. We know it's a 30-degree angle. So we're going to go up from there, nice construction line. Back along this way of the construction line, and there it is. So I'm going to begin to draw some of these in finishing lines. Here we go. And most importantly, we know if we come right down here, that's the other end. So kind of draw that in while we're here. Go up and we draw in these two. We get our compass out and finish it off. Alright, first part done. Now the next piece, we need to draw the end view. This is really quite straightforward, it's just a line. But it's really important to remember that it is an actual line. This is like a piece of sheet metal, so it exists, it's not just a construction line. So we'll come over a certain gap. They don't specify what this is, so I'm just going to use 10 mil. Keep it nice and simple. Come across to there. And I'm going to extend this line across a little bit. That's my end view. Really simple, just drawing a line, but you'd be amazed the amount of people that forget to draw that as a proper line and end up losing a few marks for it. We then also need to draw it, rotate it at 45 degrees. So I'm going to draw a construction line, but I will need to go back and draw this in as a rotated line as well. How long is it? The handiest way to do it is take your compass. We just go find the end and we'll rotate the compass around. There we go. There it is right there. Now if you look at your exam papers, you'll see that they do this as a dashed line. And it's no harm to replicate that here. Making sure it finishes just at the end there where the arc comes up. Very quick bit of work, 6 marks between these two. Some of the easiest marks to get, but some of the most commonly lost ones because people just forget to finish them off.